All right, guys, one more video about the sine cosine on the unit circle business. Now we'll work backwards, right? We'll give you the value of cosine or sine, and then you have to find the other function. So, the wording of number 4 is kind of a mouthful. Angle theta is in standard position in the first quadrant. Find the exact value of sine if cosine of theta is 2/7. So first of all, they told me I'm in the first quadrant. So let's draw an angle in the first quadrant. Okay, and what did they give me? They gave me cosine was 2/7. Well, we got to remember what cosine actually means, right? Cosine is really the x coordinate over the radius. So let's draw that on my unit circle here, or let's draw that reference triangle, right? If x is 2, my radius is 7, I don't know, I'm going to draw my angle up here. Something like that, right? And then we're going to drop a perpendicular. That's called a reference triangle. Hey, whenever you're stuck the next few weeks, draw a reference triangle. You'll be in good shape. My x coordinate is 2, right there. My radius is 7. So this time I have the hypotenuse of my triangle, right? And of course, what's one of the only things you learned in geometry? You did the Pythagorean Theorem like forever, right? So what do I want to find? I want to find this y coordinate. How can I do it? Do the Pythagorean Theorem. So do this on the side of your paper somewhere. Hey, I'll do it right here. 2 squared plus y squared would be 7 squared, right? Don't forget the hypotenuse is by itself, right? The 2 legs are on one side, the hypotenuse is on the other. So I got 4 plus y to the second is 49. If I subtract by 4, I get y squared is 45. Take the square root. By the way, don't forget, I know it's plus minus. We're just going to make it plus, right? For our, especially since y is in the first quadrant, y is positive. So y would be root 45. And hey, you got to make your algebra teachers happy, right? You got to bust up your radical into 9 times 5. All that stuff you learned in algebra 2, all that stuff you never thought you'd need in real life. Well, here you go. This is real life right now. Remember, algebra, not real life. Pre-calc, calc, real life. So you got 3 root 5. There you go. Okay, so what did I want for this one? I wanted to find the sine, right? They gave me the cosine. Can you find the sine? Sure, because I have all my, coordinates. I got my x, I got my y, and I got my radius, I got r. So sine is y over r. So it's 3 root 5 over 7. Hey, it looks hideous. The further you go in math, the worse your answer looks, the better chances are you got it correct. How do you like them apples, huh? 3 root 5 over 7. What's that? You want to try one more? Okay, who could blame you, really? Third quadrant, right? Why do I look there first? Got to know where to draw this. So I'm drawing a third quadrant angle. So I'm setting up a little coordinate system, although I really just want to see the third quadrant. We'll draw an angle down there in the third quadrant. Honestly, it doesn't have to be to scale, so I don't even have to really look at the numbers. Just drop something down into the third quadrant, pick a spot, and then draw a leg or a perpendicular back up to the x-axis. So it says, find the value of sine theta if cosine is -3/8. So what do I got to do? In my head, I'm thinking, well, cosine is x over r, right? You see a negative. The negative always goes with the x or y, guys. You can't have a negative radius, right? A radius has to be a positive length, right? So x, I realize the x, -3 is a length, but it's to the left. So the x coordinate's -3. The radius is 8. Guess what you got? You got the Pythagorean Theorem again to get the y coordinate. So you got y squared plus 3 squared. Or -3 squared, but remember, -3 squared is 9, so negatives go away. So when I do the Pythagorean Theorem, I kind of ignore the negatives. Y squared plus 3 squared is 8 squared. So y squared plus 9 is 64. 64, take away 9, what's that? 55, or in South Philly, it'd be 55. And then if I take the square root, I get root 55. By the way, Route 55 is a highway that goes north to south through the middle of New Jersey. Kind of a shortcut down to Sea Isle City and the Wildwoods. Okay, that looks like you could break it up, but you can't. The only factors are 5 and 11, and neither are perfect squares. So we're kind of done. And the directions were find the value of sine. Now, sine is y over r, right? This is what's in my brain, y over r. So I go to my reference triangle. My y coordinate I found was root 55. It's negative because, yeah, that's actually very important. It's negative because I'm in the third quadrant. So quadrants kind of matter your location, which is kind of why I draw these. So very important. Your y coordinate is a negative root 55. Of course, over my radius, which is still 8. And again, terrible looking answer, so we probably got it correct. So hopefully that was helpful. Sine y over r, cosine x over r, draw your reference triangle. Good luck to you.